Back. Here we are. We're back.
We're back.
We lost our feed. It's all good. Internet.
That's the power of Pale Wave.
Right. So yeah. So Pale Waves. Just we were finishing off there. Pale Waves are at
Velvet Underground.
Velvet Underground, Monday, April 9th, in Toronto.
Yeah.
So cool. So next up.
Yeah, that'd be great because I want to see them. Yeah, just in the news section. Congratulations! I'm doing this every week with Arcade Fire. They will be getting the Alan Slate Humanitarian Award at CMW this year. So another accolade for Arcade Fire, and
I love
from
Arcade Fire
from the fine Slate family.
You know what? In fact, Arcade Fire. I didn't know who they were. I heard about them. They played Sneaky D's for Wavelength, and we're creating a buzz. I was actually in a instrumental duo, and we were going to play a show with their drummer. But basically, they started taking off, and he wasn't allowed. Well, not allowed, but wasn't available. I mean, right? And where I first heard Arcade Fire was at a U2 concert. That was their walk-on music.
Wow.
Was Arcade Fire. Yeah, I think it's Wake Up. And one of the most classic performances, I think, ever has been with David Bowie and Arcade Fire at, I think it was Fashion Rocks in New York.
It was Fashion Week in New York, and I think it was in Central Park.
Yeah, just unreal.
Yeah, Keep the Car Running, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
it? Oh,
well, they did that too, but they also did Wake Up.
Okay.
Right, and it was like, that song was written for Bowie. And wow, like Arcade Fire, I give them lots of credit because when they came out with a unique sound. They instantly established themselves on their own. U2 didn't hurt having that as a walk-on song, and I know U2 had them actually open for them for a portion of that tour. So yeah.
With Keep the Car Running, I was thinking the Foo Fighters did a version of that live. It's pretty cool as well.
Yeah. and a tip, or not tip, trivia for Toronto scene is Indie 88's first song played was Arcade Fire.
Yes. After they Rick-rolled everyone for 3 weeks with Rick Ashley, which was hilarious.
Right. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the song. Is Get Started or About to Start?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember that was their first song. I was listening to it. So
there you go. We were talking about NME, maybe incorrectly before, but the news came out this week that they have foregone their print issue.
This is the last week to get an NME magazine.
Yeah, like for this generation, NME really meant nothing print-wise, but back in the 70s and 80s.
And 90s.
And the 90s a little bit, but like you had to have your NME and your Melody Maker every week. You would pay a lot of money for it to get it the same week at the news, the magazine newspaper shop who had it, or the record store like the Record Peddler, and you would just devour it. Like, there was nowhere else to get information about British bands and the European scene and what was hot and what wasn't, and it was mandatory reading, cover to cover. So
I remember back in the day talking to Craig Lasky at the Horseshoe. Next door to the Horseshoe was a great Canadian news stand.
Yeah,
and Lasky was telling me how he religiously had to go pick up that magazine, and after a while they just held it for him.
Yeah,
but that's one of the reasons, or that's, I think, is one of the things about like Craig Lasky at the Shoe is he's really had a finger on the pulse, and that's one of the ways to go about it. And I'm going to add something on to this because this week and next week and week after is South by. Right, South by is going on. I had to make the call to not go because I've got a whole bunch of other things going on. But if you are a band, that's the kind of thing to go to, even if you're not playing. Like, just go to South by and meet people. And if you're not going to South by, go to Canadian Music Week, which is coming up. Go to like any conference type festival and meet people. It blows me away when bands don't do that. But like, just go.
Well, there's actually an opportunity tonight at 6 o'clock at the Monarch Tavern. Factors presenting Girls and Gals, Gals and Grants. Sorry,
Gals and Grants,
which is going to be focused on hip hop, reggae, soul, and how to find funding and grants. And Factors presenting it. It's free. It's at the Monarch Tavern tonight at 6 o'clock. So great great place to meet other managers and artists and learn how to get money so you can support yourself.
Absolutely. You know, again, another thing, artists, if you're an artist, you should be there. Mm-hmm. You know, and yeah, it's titled Gals and Grants, but obviously just go.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't have to be a gal to go.
yeah.
So.
And you know what? The reality is a lot of the grant writers are women, and they're very good at it, and they're the ones that know that business inside and out. It's a fantastic thing that Factor's doing, and it's something to be a part of, you know. So.
And it just happens to coincide with International Women's Day, so happy International Women's Day.
Yes.
You know, hopefully this will be like one of the last ones, because we really shouldn't have to have one. If everything being fair and equal, we shouldn't have to have a Women's Day, and things are slowly getting better, but
very slowly, and I think it would be great to not have to have that, like, but it's I think there's still a ways to go, obviously, with a lot of stuff that's been going on in the media, and you know, it's one of those things that's weird that you have to highlight something that just should be normal. You know, at Indie Week we've always tried to be, you know, programming wise, we've always had a lot of female acts and
on the panels,
speakers, judges.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just should be normal.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to be thought about. So.
It's awkward for me to talk about because it just should be normal.
Well, I'll talk about one of the women who inspired me as a kid was Patti Smith. She was, to me, just like, Horses would always be one of my top 3 Desert Island albums. Just like, you know, any album that opens up with Jesus died for somebody's sins but not mine. If it's just like, whoa. And her, you know, the Mapplethorpe album cover of her kind of living Keith Richards, and there was so many. She was a great poet. She was, I just think, one of the greatest artists of all time, and Horses is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Right.
And I'll do a throwback when I was working with her at BMG. I forget what album it was. It might have been, I think it was after Dream of Life or whatever. We had done a whole day of interviews and radio and things like that. And we sat around the hotel, and she said, I feel like playing tonight. Can we make something happen somewhere? And I said, well, what do you want to do? She goes, I just want to play a couple songs on acoustic guitar, sort of unannounced, but maybe sort of leak the word out a little bit. And this was before the internet, and like, it wasn't a texting world by any means. So called my friends at the Rivoli, and at 12 o'clock, went out to the back alley. She got out of a cab with her guitar player, played for 40 minutes, which was just mind-boggling.
Well, I can say a Cam story. It's a tiny one, but it was very impressive to me. You might not want me to say it, but I remember, was it 2 years ago, she had a book release, or 3 years ago? And it was the same night as our launch party, right? And I remember asking Cam, hey, Cam, like, do you think she would come, like, after her like she was doing a book signing?
It might have been M-Train, or she's also, there's great books of poetry and great novels as well. Just Kids is fantastic.
And Cam basically just, like, pulled out his phone and sent a text message, and a couple minutes later he's like, oh, she's got to catch a plane in the morning, can't make it. Cam knows everybody, just so you know.
There you
go. It's amazing. He has stories on everybody.
So who's your International Woman of the Day?
Oh, well, now it's really lofty. I'm just saying, somebody, I always kind of put out what I think is like tips or suggestions for bands. And I just thought, actually, you know what? We have a local artist, and this is also a bit of a plug. Next Thursday at the Ballroom is Suzi, Kory. And basically, this is an artist that has come on the scene really quickly. She's only been really around, like, performing in a year. She's done a lot of stuff. She's played at the Whiskey in LA. She's been co-writing with a producer in LA. She's played in Brazil. Many things in 1 year that most bands don't achieve in a full career. And the way she's promoting the show for next Thursday is amazing. Like, she's doing live videos almost every day. She's talking about it. She's sharing. And it's relentless, and that's the way you got to be. So just, you know, hats off to Suzi for, like, just being really heads down, hardworking, and looking to get stuff done.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you got to do in this business. And I just, you know, again, I'm not trying to knock bands, but I just see so many bands not put in that extra effort, you know, and It's like if you go to her page, like she's got videos of her rehearsal. She was at an open mic and had a video there, and she had a video of cooking.
Oh, she just posted one like from the rehearsal at the garage.
There you go. Oh yeah, and she actually said, "Hey, if you, like some like trivia question to like win your way to watch us rehearse," kind of thing. Like, and basically, it's the garage that the Foo Fighters did a show in. So, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, totally.
So, anyways, just shout out to Suzi for doing good work and you know, already being an artist for other bands to look at as far as doing promotion, self-promotion, which everybody hates doing, but it's the nature of the business.
Another iconic Canadian one was Carole Pope, and Carole was supposed to be in town tonight at Hughes Room for a special Women's Day show, and Carole from Rough Trade, fantastic, but she broke her foot, so unfortunately that show has been postponed to May the 9th. So if you were planning on seeing Carole, you have to wait till May the 9th now.
High School Confidential.
High School, but it was stuff before that. The Bullwhip Brothers at Grossman's Tavern, and the first direct-to-disc album with Michael Fonfair from Lou Reed's band. And Terry Wilkins. There's a great story about Terry Wilkins in FYI. Five Questions with Terry Wilkins, when him and Bucky Berger played with Rough Trade. And
love Terry, man.
Yeah, there's a great story in FYI Music News, which you should be checking out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as well. There's lots of, if you're looking for a job, if you're just looking for charts, if you're looking for what's happening in the Canadian business, what conferences are coming up, you know, stuff about us, whatever, FYI Music News. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday it's live. Just go to their website, or we'll put the link down, and you can subscribe, and it'll be emailed right to your door.
Awesome.
So yeah, that show is supposed to happen tonight, but there is another show happening tonight at the Horseshoe.
Yeah, you talk about it.
Okay, it's
and then I'll jump in.
Our friends F.Scott and the Nighthawks and the Mandevilles and Brandy Alexanders, who I saw a couple weeks ago. So they are playing at the Shoe tonight.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. Mandevilles are great people. Like, amazing songs, amazing talent. Like, you gotta see this band. I've known them for quite a while, so I'm biased 100%, but you gotta go see it. And then Sean's the manager of
F.Scott
and the Nighthawks. It's so long I can never remember it. F.Scott and the Nighthawks, great guys. They played for us last year, and like I said, like they're just great guys to hang out with, and the music's awesome. Saw them at the Drake Hotel last year in the underground at a showcase, and killed it. Yeah. So and they've been working with some really cool people. I'm probably not going to say it because unless they told people, I'm not going to be the guy. But they've been working with some really cool people in some of the recordings they've done, and yeah. No,
definitely a band to watch, no question.
Tonight at the Horseshoe, it's a place to be.
Yes, and then tomorrow night we have a show at Cherry. Well, we don't have a show, but our friends Hop City and Uptrack Media have a special show tomorrow night at Cherry Cola's, which is Little Boxer, the Alpacas, CeVILAIN, and Weapon at Cherry Cola's. I think there's probably going to be some Hop City tasting there, I'd have to imagine.
Yes, I might be there tasting Hop City as well. I'm going to try to make it. That's one show I got to try to go to.
Yeah.
I got so much going on, man. That's crazy.
And Saturday night at the Paddock, where I will be tasting Hop City. Once again, with Uptrack Media and Hop City, it's Johnny Starks, Flight 97, Young Honey, and Sam Drysdale. So that's Saturday night at the Paddock. Tomorrow night at Cherry, Saturday at the Paddock, Hop City and Uptrack Media.
Yeah, and just so you know, like Hop City, is our sponsor, but what a great brand. They're launching these nights. They're another brand that wants to help support music and put on great shows. So, the way to make it happen is to go out and support it. So, I'm going to try to be at Cherry Cola's tomorrow. Cam's going to be at
the Paddock on Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday, come out and support these shows, and it just means there'll be more shows.
Yeah.
Hop City, what a great brand. Yeah. Love it. Barking Squirrel. So if you're out, order Barking Squirrel.
Yeah, or Cheat Day, which is the one that tastes like Black Forest cake in a cup.
Yeah,
it's like, imagine having, I shouldn't say the brand of another beer, but it's a nice dark stout with Black Forest cake, so it's really good.
Yes.
And of course, next Thursday we'll both be out.
Yes.
At the Ballroom Bowl.
Yes, so next Thursday is the Ballroom. We've got Tree Museum, of course, Suzi, Kory, we've already mentioned.
And Blackwood.
And it's a free show. This also is another show that we're trying to get going where It's supporting independent talent in the sense that artists are paid, and it's a free cover, so there's no excuse. Come on down and support local talent.
Yeah, it's a great size stage, great PA, and it's a new room for a lot of you to come see a live band. So, well worth coming out on Thursday nights.
That's right, and I've been starting to get hit up with bands asking to play the night. Best thing to do is come down first.
Yeah,
come down first. Talk to us. We'll be there.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing to do.
Third Thursday of every month, we are there.
Yes, and good food too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yes, I mentioned it earlier, but I got to mention it again. Indie Week applications are open both for UK and Canada festivals. The different web addresses is simply uk.indieweek.com/apply or canada.indieweek.com/apply.
Yeah.
If you are interested in performing at our festival in Manchester, we are accepting applications only from UK artists or European artists, whereas Canada is international. So Canada, anywhere, UK is UK or European.
Yeah.
And also the UK festival takes place in October and Toronto takes place in November.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it for this week. Good luck to all our Canadian friends and international friends who will be down at South by.
Yeah, I'm missing it. It really sucks, but I got so much going on. Yeah, there's a lot. Shout out to the block pool guys that are going to be down there. I'm supposed to be meeting with them like next week, but I'm not going to because I'll be here. So I'll miss it.
Yeah, and Adam
Great guys.
Lewis and Planetary and Scenic Group from Alaska is playing. Some friends of ours from Alberta. And
So much good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but oh well.
Can't do it all.
I'll be at the ballroom next Thursday. All right.
All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Cheers.